It's
Hmm.
it's an everyday struggle, no? To make a good film, you need to get along with the you know good people around you, because dream team will never come for you कि यार मुझे वो चाहिए वो आ जाएगा ये. You have to find people, और यार मेरे लिए कौन सही है, who is good for me कि यार मेरे आइडिया को वो आगे ले सकता है. So it will happen gradually.
You eventually find your audience. There are a set of people who want to watch something, who want to watch something, who want to watch something, and taking people, I would say, stupid that they won't give me attention.
So hello guys, welcome to my
Hi.
podcast. We have Shivang
Hi.
and
Hi, hi.
Shivangi with us. Shivangi is the writer of the film Pinky Aur Papa, and Shivang is the director. And the film is about how one mundane day can become something else completely. It's about human complexities, how human relationships are so complex. So the film has gone to more than 25 film festivals,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
including
yeah.
Jaffna, BISSF, and Alpaviram, and many more. So I would like to start from the where the idea of the film stemmed. Is it your story in some manner? Where did the idea come from?
No, it's not it's not completely coming from the experience. Start from the beginning. So the thing is, Shivang came up with this idea that we want to shoot something in one space and a single conversation, obviously. And this project, it was initially for us. We wanted to know that if we can evoke emotion in just one place, if we can.
Hmm.
So Shivang has this idea, and then the conversation part came on me. I wanted to write something which is uh, a conversation which is very difficult to have. So I wanted to write something like that कि थोड़ा challenge लेके देखते हैं यार.
Hmm.
So I came up with this thing, a conversation between a father and a daughter. So
Hmm.
we all know when we need to talk something about it's something serious to our fathers, we use a medium, our mothers. So I removed that and I completely wanted it to be a father and daughter story
Hmm.
and a conversation to have. So there it came, and then I started writing down and something. And mostly, what was going in my mind while writing it is uh, we all do some kind of mistake or some mishap happen with us, and we are very scared to tell that to our parents, and it's really hard to confess. It can be
Hmm.
something, a loss of money, anything it can be, which is very hard to confess. So that happened, and in the story it happened, and with Pinky something happened, and she wanted to confess it to his father, her father, like it is important now, it is like need to tell now situation. So the story starts there, the conversation. So then I wrote it, and uh, we were discussing it, we had this process when
Hmm.
I like finished writing, and we I had to like narrate it to the whole crew, whole team, our team. So we did that, and nobody came on board. Everybody was like, we cannot connect it to that, nobody.
Hmm.
So only Shivang was there. Honestly, after a few weeks, I have also lost hope that maybe I have wrote something like it won't go. Yeah. I
Hmm.
mean, people are not connecting. I personally made call to each person who was present there in the
Hmm.
narration, like, what is that you are not connecting? And I gave some example from their life. I tried to put
Hmm.
some examples, but nobody was there's something. It is like they were all taking it to pregnancy. I don't know why. I
Hmm.
made,
Hmm.
and there are very few of dialogues which go into that. They are more
Yeah.
like a father coming on terms
Hmm.
on
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
generation his daughter is.
Hmm.
So that happened, and uh, I also lost hope on the draft. And then, but Shivang said, no, we'll make it. We need to make it. I like the draft, and we'll start working on it. So we worked on it, obviously, and there were parts where I was confused also how it will uh, be like converted into like a single scene.
Hmm.
The thing he said to his father is really hard to absorb for Rajendra. how will we will manage the conversion of Rajendra from this side to this side. So I was very confused in that. Obviously, Shivang helped a lot after in the final draft. He was there in the final draft only. So that's the story of the
So
idea.
the
And
yeah. So the graph of the story was already in your mind somewhere, that in the end
yeah,
he'll get convinced.
yeah. He'll get convinced, and it's like I always say this when I tell someone about the story, that it's very hard for a parent to come on the terms their children's generation, because they have like brought up with a different set of principles, different morals, and different kind of upbringing altogether. Like
Yeah.
there's a huge generation gap,
Hmm.
and they need to come on board on things which they don't literally know, or which are taboo for them, and sort of thing. So that's the main thing, that they always come on board. Your
Hmm.
parents always they come, but it takes a little time,
Yeah.
and it's very hard for them, very hard.
Hmm. I would like to
So
ask
that's the
you,
thing.
Shivang. So why were you the only person who agreed to that
Yeah.
story?
So right now, I just I was in the flashback and the day when she narrated the draft and everything. And the most funniest part was, so we were a team of like 15 people, okay?
Hmm.
And apart from Shivangi, there was one single girl, Gauri, who was the cinematographer of the film,
Yeah.
were present in that 15 people. So
Hmm.
apart from these two, everyone was a male. And you won't believe everyone was taking the story to pregnancy only. कि अरे यार. And the major concern of the people was, here, this is a very melodramatic kind of a story.
Hmm.
And what's the point of making it? No one's gonna like it. So they were like thinking it as a daily soap kind of a thing, TV serial
Hmm.
kind of a thing. And I was thinking when, so, and Shivangi mailed me the draft 2 days prior from that narration meeting. Okay.
Hmm.
And I just woke up and was going through my mails and just checked the draft and read it at that time only. I even told this to Shivangi ki I didn't like it. I don't know. I didn't connect with it.
Yeah.
I thought ki it doesn't have that kind of nuances, this and that, and everything was going on. And I was like, yeah, let me go to Shivangi and just share this with her. And then while going to Shivangi, I read it twice and thrice. And everything came to me all together. कि यार नहीं नहीं ये तो बहुत nuanced है. We can play with this, we can play with that, and things like that. And it's not a story about pregnancy or anything. It's a story about confession.
Hmm.
And my thought was, here, how am I relating to this story? Because I can't be pregnant. Okay, I am not that girl. Then what is that thing which I am connecting to? So there was a time in my life also when I did something and I wanted to tell it to my father and I couldn't. I
Hmm.
couldn't. I just wrote a like 7 to 8 lines and left that letter in the bathroom and ran away from the house. Then later on, he read it. He called me, just come back to the house. We have to talk and this and then. And I just went to that zone. So that was my connection with the story. And when the narration happened, everyone was they were just bombarding questions on us, on Shivangi कि यार ये ऐसा क्यों है, ये तो ऐसा
Hmm.
है, वो उसको बता देती है कि वो प्रेग्नेंट है वगैरह वगैरह. And I was so I was so pissed off like at that particular time. And I told Shivangi after the meeting कि yeah, let's just not focus on that because there is a lot to discuss about this story,
Hmm.
and that is how we're gonna make it. And talking about that part where Shivangi is saying कि यार this story needs time, and we have pre-decided कि we will shoot a single scene. So
Yeah.
that was our idea.
Hmm.
And because it was under a project called Scenes from Life, where we were shooting like 10 films, 10
Hmm.
different films in single spaces, and
Okay.
Pinky and Papa was one of them. So changing the scene was not a choice in front of us, right? I also knew, Shivangi knew कि we need certain amount of time for the Papa, for Rajen, to go through all those things which Pinky has told him, and he needs to feel it, right?
Yeah.
And, and that was the actually the biggest challenge. We took it as a challenge. We thought of, we discussed it among each other and everything, and then tried to portray it कि यार एक ही scene में लेकर आते हैं इसको.
Hmm.
So yeah, I still remember I told Shivangi when Shivangi was making call to everyone, because why she was making call to everyone, because we had this criteria of letting everyone's decision come in, because it was a project for self learning.
Hmm.
This film was never made for film festival circuit.
Okay.
We didn't even thought for a single second that we are making it for a film festival. We will be distributing it. It was just like shoot a film in a single day or two, edit it, and learn. That's it.
अरे
Because the
वाह.
COVID had happened, we were almost at the verge of completing our masters and this and that, and we were free. So we just thought of here, let's make something. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's how it came. And now looking towards the journey and everything, everyone connected, and
Hmm.
those only people now. Like after the film got finished, they told Shivangi कि it's a very beautiful film.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So talking about the team, like as a
right.
director, you are a leader also. So how did you do that? Like the editor, the cinematographer, Shivangi. So how did the
Yeah.
team form eventually?
I have been very lucky with that. So we were like 7 to 8 people living at the same place because we were doing our masters. Everyone was a filmmaking student. So it was very easy for me to call them and tell them ki me and Shivangi are thinking of doing this project, and just hop on and let's do and let's create something. And the major problem which I faced in the team is because the project was supposed to finish in like 4 months, the whole 10 films, okay,
Oh,
and
okay.
but it took us around like a year and a half,
Yeah.
Hmm.
and that
This
fucked
was
everyone's mind.
one thing. This was a personal convention that we have to make
Yeah,
10
yeah.
films, or some
Yeah.
organization was, oh wow.
No, it was our only key. Let's
Okay.
do this, and later we realized that we don't have funds for it. That is also our
Yeah, yeah,
thing.
that's what.
What I was thinking is, let's not take professional actors. Let's do it like this only.
Hmm.
We have a living area. Let's make set over there, a simple set, a basic
Hmm.
bed, table, this and that, and shoot it. But this filmmaker's craving, no, the artist craving ki yaar we want to do everything to the highest level, whatever we
Hmm.
can do. And slowly by slowly it get on increasing, and then we realize after a month or so that we need a backing for the finances and everything. Yeah, then it also took some time of mine to get producers on board to get us funded and everything. But yeah, being with the team was very nice. They were very helpful, and as I was saying, the major challenge was I promised them we will be finishing it for 4 months, but they gave me the project their 1.5 years to work on this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty nice only.
So, Shivangi, were you present on set
Yeah.
all the time? And were there any
Yeah.
challenges, disagreements between?
Disagreements are like important, I must say, in like for coming in on terms of like a good idea, you need to have disagreements. तो
Hmm.
वो पॉसिबल नहीं है बिना उसके. तो बहुत सारे आर्ग्यूमेंट्स भी होते थे ऑन द मोस्टली मेरे और शिवांग के ही होते थे. वी आर द फाइटर्स. तो तो बहुत सारे आर्ग्यूमेंट्स के बाद वी हैव डिसाइडेड इट केम आउट ब्यूटीफुल. लाइक मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्ट तब हुआ जब हम लोग श्रीकांत सर को और आयरिसा को नरेशन देने के लिए गए, आर एक्टर्स.
Hmm.
तो उस टाइम आयरिसा तो क्राइड in
Oh.
front of me, and so we decided then and that ki this girl is connecting right now. When we are narrating, she'll do something,
Hmm.
and that also happened. So disagreement was on there when we were doing the final draft.
Hmm.
So where we were like I was supposing ki Pinky should leave the room, or Rajendra should leave the room and for some water or something. And but then we like there was argument about no, it would like we don't want them to leave. Shivang was there कि नहीं,
Hmm.
उनको जाना ही
Hmm.
नहीं कमरे से, वो वहीं रहने चाहिए. Then so
Hmm.
there was that thing. तो ऐसे छोटे मोटे आर्ग्यूमेंट चलते रहते हैं यार सेट पे.
Hmm.
That's it.
And you won't believe when we narrated the draft to Irisa, no,
Hmm.
the Pinky who have played the role of Pinky. So the character age in the story is like 17, 18,
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
at that time, she was just like 14 to 15 years old when we were
Oh,
narrating that draft to her.
Yeah.
okay.
And we were like, let's take permission from her mother and so on. Let's
Hmm.
because when your team is only taking the draft to pregnancy and everything,
Yeah,
so we just and then her mother also sat in the narration. Okay,
Hmm.
yeah.
so we told them, "Ki it's about the film is about this and that, everything." And then she just connected with it as Shivangi is saying, ki she cried, and
Hmm.
I was so
Both
shocked.
of
Ki
them.
both of them cried actually, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, ki, yeah, that time I knew, as Shivangi is saying, no, I was also sitting. Shivangi narrated the draft, and I knew that this draft has something that will pull people towards it, and
Hmm.
they will feel connected with it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, how was the casting process like? Like, Arisa and Rajendra sir were in your mind from the beginning, or you casted, like, you took casting call of a lot of people? And what was the brief that you gave them?
So yeah, it happened with Irisa was spotted by Shivangi. Okay.
Okay.
And she spotted her like from a college project only of different
Hmm.
some other director.
Hmm.
And she spotted her and she showed me ki, yeah, this is one actress
Pinky.
and this and that and yeah, this is the Pinky what I am looking for. This is in my mind, and I told her ki, let's audition her
Hmm.
and let's video audition her only. Just ask her to shoot a some dialogue or so, 2 3 lines of it and send it to us. And yeah, and at the very first view of while watching that audition, I knew that we were looking for her only, and we want her only. And we both agreed on this. Me and Shivangi, we both watched it together, and we were very clear about her. And she's a brilliant actress. She's a brilliant actress. She knows how to do little things because what I think is in both of them, the Rajendra and Pinky, no, the
Hmm.
difficult part is of Pinky because she has just like 3 to 4 dialogues in the film, and rest of the time
Yeah,
she's just crying and saying "Papa,
yeah.
Papa, Papa, Papa." That's her. And
Hmm.
I knew she has to do a lot. Yeah, and for Rajendra, we were thinking of like lots of people in our mind who to take, who
Hmm.
are those, but we knew no, we need someone who looks aggressive, who can pull this role, and you know, plus he should look like our father, every other father figure, and
Hmm.
that's how Shrikant Yadav came into our mind. And what's with Shrikant sir? No, in most of his films, he has done roles of police inspectors and sub
Yeah, he's in
inspectors, this
section
kind of roles.
375 or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
a
And
lot of
he's
films.
so, and you won't believe he do a lot of theaters and everything. And I already watched him couple of times before casting him, and he is so brilliant with his skills.
Hmm.
Uh, One can't even imagine
Yeah.
what all those things he can give to you as a filmmaker, as an artist. So yeah, through a common link, I went to him and narrated him this, and I was so uh, what should I say? I was so nervous while narrating him because
Hmm.
you know he is a he's a very simple person in real life, and when I saw him, no, his face is that much intense. Uh, his aura is something else. I don't know. When he is very fun, he is very fun. But when he is talking to you, he will give all his mind and thoughts to uh, you, whatever you are saying. And I was narrating him, and my legs were all shivering, and this and that happening. And when I finished it, so I just wanted to finish it at once. कि यार जल्दी खत्म हो, and
Hmm.
I should get out of this nervousness because. And one of the reason what he told me कि यार मुझे इसलिए भी मजा आया कि आज तक मेरे पास कोई ऐसा रोल नहीं लेकर आया, कोई मेरे को इस तरीके से नहीं देख रहा कि यार मैं
Hmm.
एक सिंपल इमोशनल रोल भी कर सकता हूँ.
So,
So we didn't
Shivangi,
actually yeah,
yeah,
we didn't
sorry.
actually face a lot of trouble in casting for this
Okay.
Yeah.
particular. Yeah.
Hmm. The casting is bang on, like शिवांगी से पूछना चाहूंगी कि
Yeah.
पहले आपने कैरेक्टर स्केच लिखा, देन यू केम टू द स्टोरी of both the characters. What was
Okay.
your
So
process like?
my process almost for my all stories are similar. So I write like that. So something comes in my mind, like some character or something, and then I'll start writing about the story of the character, not character sketch, I will say. So the story of the character is like this. Let's talk about Pinky. कि दिस इज अ गर्ल और ये अभी अभी कॉलेज में गई है और थोड़ा छोटे शहर से है और अभी अभी कॉलेज गई है तो थोड़ा यूनिफॉर्म से बाहर निकली है तो ये सब चीजें हो रही है एंड ही इज लाइक enjoying थिंग्स एंड ट्राइंग न्यू स्टफ. तो ये कुछ पिंकी का स्टोरी रहेगा. और पिंकी कुछ ऐसा कैरेक्टर है, घर पे अकेली रहती है, पापा है मम्मी है नहीं, उनकी डेथ हो गई थी. तो इस तरीके से एक बेसिक आउटलाइन मेरे दिमाग में जब आती है देन आई give my characters a conversation or a situation or something. Then after, like, in this process I get my character sketch. So I just have to pull out things. Okay, this is that. अच्छा ये दोस्त जल्दी जल्दी बना लिए, she must be social. तो
Hmm.
ऐसे I can pull out. तो what I do is uh, like I write in a free flow of about character. So that's my process.
And what are the things that you do daily as a writer? Like they say you have
Okay,
to read, write
yeah.
diary entry every day.
I used to write a lot, like diary entries. I still like want to write, but there's a time shortage. Always there's a time shortage. So yeah, read a lot. Like I read a lot. So that's one thing. And then more than films, I think my inspiration come from books. The main thing is I hear a lot. Like when someone is telling their stories to me, like anecdote or something like that, they're telling something which happened to them from in school or something. तो मेरा बड़ा मुझे बहुत मजा आता है वो सुनने में and I enjoy it a lot. तो
Hmm.
उस I think I hear a lot, like more than reading. Like my inspiration comes from the stories I have been hearing from people. कोई ट्रेन में भी मिल जाता है ना तो I love to hear. Like you can say it I'm eavesdropping, but this is what it I enjoy. I stop my music and stop my reading and I start hearing. Okay, what is this person's story? What is he saying? So it comes from then and there.
So, Shivang, the house is a character in itself. The way the newspapers are stacked on the window, the way the cot is laid where they sit in the final shot. How is the process of finding the house? Because it is a very important, milestone to get the house
Yeah.
right. Mm.
So we were very much concerned about like getting the house. And you won't believe we almost uh, around 50 to 60 houses we went,
Hmm.
okay, before finalizing that one. We went to 50, 60 houses, and random houses. Okay, some of them were through linked to friends and family, and rest of them were like directly going, spotting a house from outside. It's an old house, and getting in there, barging in their personal zone, and asking them that we want to shoot a film, a single scene, and can we use your house and this and that. And then we finalized one house, which
Hmm.
eventually we didn't get it. We Everything was planned. The shooting day was planned, but the owner eventually uh, told us he didn't want to shoot us. The shoot was postponed for a month again, and then in January, in December end, we got a house through our one of our very closest friend, and it was a house which was, should I say, it was closed from a year or so. That house belongs to his grandparents only. So what
Oh.
happened with that house is कि COVID हुआ and वो जो हमारा दोस्त है उसको अपने ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स को अपने घर पर शिफ्ट करना पड़ा बिकॉज दे वर लिविंग alone and the crisis happened and everything. So the house, they just left the house like that and shifted to his own house. तो जो घर था ना उसमें अगर वो एक गिलास पानी ए, एक गिलास पानी अगर आधा भरा हुआ था ना तो वो उसको वैसे ही छोड़ के चले गए. It was very horrifying for us while looking at and sad also कि
Yeah, yeah.
everything is so fucked up over there. मतलब
हाँ।
राशन आधा भरा हुआ है अभी तक,
Hmm.
एंड
ओ।
चीजें कपड़े अभी भी बालकनी में सूख रहे हैं जो उस दिन वो छोड़ गए होंगे। एंड इवन ऑन द डाइनिंग टेबल द प्लेट्स वर लाइक दैट ओनली, कि आधा खाना किसी ने खाकर छोड़ा हुआ था।
ओ।
So yeah, when we
Chai patti
went
was
into
there.
that, when we entered the house, it was already a character in itself, no?
Yeah.
हम्म।
And it took us a lot of time to clean that house. You know, it was so dirty because it was closed from past a year and so. And we almost removed, like we took the living area, we
हम्म।
shortened that, we planted everything, we made up a full set. Just we took that, the walls and everything we took from that house only, and rest we planted everything everywhere. Even the seti also that comes in the ending part on which
हम्म।
they
Yeah.
try and everything. And we just painted that wall. That was fresh because we wanted it to be fresh. And rest of the things were like set. The set designer helped us in finding the what we wanted actually. But
हम्म।
due to the claustrophobicness of that space, no, and in the story also we wanted that we couldn't do some things were not achievable with the lights and everything. We faced a lot of problems with that because we thought of a lot of things actually. We were not able to them in the film in the final stage. But yeah, that's the process. वो होता ही है आपके साथ, आप जो सब कुछ चाहते हो सब कुछ नहीं आ पाता है towards the end.
हम्म।
But that space was like कि बहुत छोटा है, and even the actors, no, when they entered, when I went to the final recce of the set when it was completed, कि यार this is what I wanted. And we were a very small team, no,
हम्म।
so everyone was so much in. Shivangi was throughout there in the set design. But my major concern was, throughout this film journey, Pinky and Papa, this was my first film. When I was working, I was directing a draft which is not written by me.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
हम्म।
and I continuously keep on saying to Shivangi, ki, yaar, I want whatever your mind is showing you, whatever it is in your mind, we will get that all together. May it be in the characters, may it be in the story, may it be the nuances, may it be the set design, costumes, and everything.
हम्म।
But that was also a very huge discussion between me and Shivangi. She was thinking a distemper kind of a paint of pink color in the house, and I was like, नहीं यार मुझे उसके साथ ऐसा जाना है. A lot of things happened, and finally
Again,
we came up with a
filled with arguments.
yeah,
Yeah.
lots of arguments between me and
Yeah.
Shivangi. But yeah, that's actually help us, no,
हम्म।
for going forward and taking the best out of it.
Hmm.
The sound design is also very well done. The way the बादल गरजने लगते हैं, जैसे वो क्लाइमैक्स आने लगता है, स्टार्टिंग में थोड़े थोड़े गरज रहे होते हैं, फिर क्लाइमैक्स पे बढ़ते हैं. इवन द म्यूजिक जो फाइनल क्लाइमैक्स पे आता है. तो
Yeah.
व्हाट वाज योर ब्रीफ टू द साउंड डिजाइनर as well as the musician?
So when the part came in, when the film was edited, rough cut निकल गया सब कुछ, and me, Shivangi, and the editor of the film, Sayyam, we and the sound recordist also, Dipanshu, he has a huge input in sound
Yeah.
designing of this film because we were very clear. We were making lots of sound sheets, and we were thinking because I don't know, this happened with me for the very first time when I told Dipanshu before the shoot of the film. मुझे ना जो sounds है ना film के वो बहुत ज्यादा shapes में दिखाई दे रहे हैं सुनाई दे रहे हैं. I don't know. It was
Shapes
just
में.
yeah, it was so abstract kind of a thing, and he gave all his ears to me on those days because I used to like after every 1 hour or two, I used to call him back. कि यार भाई तू
हम्म.
आजा मेरे को ना बात करनी है साउंड यार में, and I am getting these things and these visuals in my mind and this and that. And he was making lots of sound sheets again and again कि यार एक फाइनल करके दूसरी लेकर आते हैं तीसरी लेकर आते हैं. And we were thinking continuously about sound design because there are silences in the film, okay, and
हम्म.
all those silences are different from each other. And my major thinking was कि यार हर silence मुझे shape में ही दिख रही है, अभी इसको sound में कैसे convert करना है I don't know. And even that happened during the shoot also when Shrikant sir asked me कि यार ये दो तीन silences हैं इसको किस तरीके से तू देख रहा है क्या, किस तरीके से महसूस कर रहा है, तो हम उसको उसी तरीके से लेकर आते हैं. एंड इवन आई टोल्ड हिम द सेम थिंग कि सर मुझे शेप्स दिखती हैं कुछ, और इसके अलावा मुझे कुछ दिख नहीं पा रहा है. और दीपांशु केम विद दिस आइडिया ऑफ रेन इन द प्री प्रोडक्शन स्टेज ओनली,
Oh.
कि यार वी नीड रेन, we need rain for this. When the rain came in, the cinematographer was telling me कि यार अभी lighting का भी देखना पड़ेगा यार. One, I was very particular. I don't want to change the light in the.
Hello guys, so this was part 1 of the podcast with Shivang and Shivangi. Stay tuned for part 2. See you soon.